Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I was having trouble connecting, as usual. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, good.
Yes. Hi, Bobby.
Hi. Okay, so we're just going to get right into because we have the presentation this Thursday. So I'm just going to start the presentation as it stands now. We're going to go through it real quick and then talk about the different sections that need work before Thursday. Let me share my screen. Okay, so this is how it's going to start. And Aruna, if you did work on any of these slides, just after we run through this real quick, just let me know and we'll put it on a Google Drive and you can pop them in. Same thing with anybody else.
No, I'm changing. I made a few changes right in the slides only on that link only.
Okay, because there's a couple of different presentations floating around, one for the TOC and one for the meetup. So I'm not really sure where the changes were. I kind of checked the one for the TOC and didn't see any changes. So we might have to do a little version control after this call. Okay, so obviously we're going to introduce
No, I
ourselves as
didn't make any major changes. It was just 2 to 3 slides. I made a few small changes related to the fonts and things like that. So they were not very really
okay, great.
major changes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so when we're done with this, I'm going to kind of turn the slideshow over to you to organize the different pieces of it, if that's okay.
Yes, but I think the last few slides are really in a mess. So can you please provide some directions on how I can like
Yeah,
arrange
no,
them?
I've changed
The
it.
last.
I
Okay.
changed it a little. So let's just go through what we have real quick and we'll see where we need to work. So again, hi, we're the documentation task force and we've been working for a few months now and these are our recommendations. Today's agenda, we're going to go over the goals and objectives of the task force and then talk about our areas of recommendation. We're focused on these 6 areas. Also, we're helping the mentees, but that's not part of this presentation, but just to say that somewhere. I don't know where we're going to say that, but that needs to be said. And then we're going to talk about the AI trends in enterprise documentation and then our final recommendations. So documentation task force. Now I don't know if you can see, I don't know how I'm going to get, let me see if I can do this. So
Bobby, can you just share me the link of this presentation?
it's right now, I don't have it up linked yet. That's what I was going to do. As soon as I do this, I'm going to put it up on a Google Drive for everybody to edit.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. We
Thank
have
you
a
so
problem
much.
with, yeah, we have a problem with version control. So this is the PowerPoint.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the PowerPoint presenter view. And I really like this when I'm doing a presentation. I have 2 screens. And so I put the presentation up on the screen on my left, and this is on the screen in my right, because then I can see what's happening next. And I can also see the notes. So for this slide, before it was very wordy, very heavy with a lot of text and stuff. So I took just some words for people's eyes to fall on. And I just want whoever reading this slide, I just want it to say the problem with the current documentation is there's no clear guidelines, there's no consistency, there's no templates or graphic libraries. So our goal of the task force, oh, what did I do? Yeah, our goal of the task force is to create and maintain, some consistent documentation that helps the users, whatever, but that should all be said at that slide. And then the objectives of the task force is to incorporate best practices in interactive and community-driven content, make templates and style guides easy to find and accessible to everybody, have documentation modular so that when updates happen and things need to be changed, it's easy, user guides for different audiences, accessibility for these user guides, and then finally an education piece, because these guides and this stuff isn't worth it if people don't know how to use them. And then the next slide is just more of going into the areas of recommendation. And at this point, I don't know, Arunima, if you like, I might do that part and then you might take over this part, or you might do the whole thing. But at some point you need to introduce yourself. So I thought that this would be a good point, because I'm kind of like talking at the TOC meeting and saying, now here's our presentation. So I might do the first 2 slides and then turn it over to you.
Yeah,
So
that
then-
sounds perfect, Bobby.
Okay, good. So then what I did for the slide is, for the agenda, when we switch to each one of these different buckets, I highlight it in a slide before, so we know where we are, because I really can't stand being confused in a presentation, not knowing where in the presentation I am. So the first one is the GitHub templates. Then, we go through all of these. So let me move this back over to here so it's not in your way. And so the GitHub templates, again, this is Gianluca. If you want to do these slides, that's great. If not, Arunima can do them. It's no problem. But the GitHub templates is the maintainers, new projects, how to get them moving with checklist templates and guides. So here we go. The maintainers GitHub support, they have to follow the project lifecycle, which is a proposal, incubated, graduated, and then there's updates and maintenance that has to be done to the documentation. This is all documentation take on the GitHub repositories for maintainers. And what we're supplying is that each one of these should be tokened or badged with user guides and dashboards, so that everybody knows the status, everybody can learn how to use them. And then once you have achieved something, you get recognition for it and you have the ability to move on.
Okay,
So-
sorry, Bobby, just a question.
Sure, go ahead.
We only present this slide, okay? No other. It could be enough to present the slide talking about the different states of
Yes.
status of the project, and also talking about the badging, user guide, standard user guide, and the dashboard.
Yes. So what
Okay.
I did was I just went into, and this was the question that I was going to ask the group. So thank you for asking that. It's perfect timing. So you go over this whole thing, and then I broke out proposal, and I said, when you make a proposal, it goes into Hyperledger Labs. We are proposing to give the person who wants to do a lab a checklist, because nobody knows how to do a Hyperledger Lab. So we're proposing our checklist. Here is the information for that. Where you copy it, that's the information that will be in the checklist. Did you go to this here and propose a new lab? Here's your GitHub requirements. That's something that we'll teach, like a user guide for these things. So that's like almost an example of the labs. Now, my question to the group was, is that enough? Or should I go through each one? So I started to do incubation, and I said, okay, incubation, to get out of a lab and to get into an incubated, you have to do a HIP, which is a Hyperledger project improvement. I did this wrong. There should be improvement in there. And these are the things, but this again, now is getting confusing more. We're in the weeds and we don't need to be in the weeds. So I'm not sure we need these rest of these graduated. What do you guys think?
I agree. We need just the first slide with the different status, and second one with the proposal, which is also I think the best status which require the support at the moment. Also,
Okay,
the
great. Then
graduation.
I will spend less of my time on, I'm just going to get rid of this slide. I'm going to get rid of these 2 slides. And instead, what I'm going to do is, for this slide, I'm going to actually give you, on top of this, after this is all done, like maybe a sample checklist here instead of just nonsense. So you'll say, so when you click the checklist, instead of having these disparate pieces here, it might show up in a nice little checklist. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you can almost say, like, here's what we envision a checklist to look like. It'll have and then I'll just do something in this format, the checklist format that says, propose a new lab. Have you forked the GitHub repository? Have you, just,
Okay.
or leave it just like this, but there will be no surprises on this slide for you. It'll just be a couple of clicks to build it. So I'll show you what I mean by clicks to build it. So it'll be this, and then you'll have this, and then you'll have a checklist. Then instead of doing these two pieces, I might form a checklist picture for you to say, this is what the checklist will look like. But it'll be this slide for you, no surprises. Okay, and then I'm going to get rid of the rest of these. So that'll kind of be like my demo is showing the checklist, or the demo for that section showing the checklist. This slide will be gone. This slide will be gone, and this slide will be gone. Okay, so that would be it for that. So Gianluca, are you comfortable with that? If I just put a checklist on there and then that one slide?
Okay. Lot of slides about the GitHub templates, in my opinion, but okay.
No, but we're not, again, we're just showing what we're offering to organize this. We're not doing it. So you can say, when we're up in GitHub templates, say, we're just showing you an example of the proposal state. We're proposing, to give you a dashboard or to give you a checklist. And when you click, you'll see the checklist. You'll see, maybe I'll even give a picture of a badge or something that you earn, whatever. But we'll go through the slide before you have to do it, but it'll all be on that one slide.
Okay.
And then you can just say something like, for the rest of the process through the life cycle is similar. We'll have a checklist for each stage. Was that your question?
No, just if possible, I will check with Arunima if she is available to talk about just something about the presentation of that slide, if she can support me for the preparation of the talking.
Sure. Just let me know
Thank
when
you.
you want to discuss on it on LinkedIn and your time zone. I will make sure we can arrange a meet and discuss on that. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so then we're moving on. Again, I put this slide in here and highlighted what we were working on. And then this is make the docs. And I'm just going to go quickly to pour through what I have to let you see it. Because I know we went through this last time, and then you were going to do your
I added like all the things content here. This is the previous one.
Okay, great. So if you could just send the current one over for that section to Arunima so she can add it in the final version, that would be great. And if you want to go over it now and share your screen, I can stop sharing. Perfect. So that would be the section, the section for you, where your stuff is going to go. So hopefully that works for you.
Yes.
Perfect.
So this is what I have done till now. I think everyone can see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see. And I saw your changes. I was also working on that old one only. So
Yeah. So this is what I
yeah.
came up with, that I will just keep it very simple. I will not go into too many things in the comparison, and then I will show the demo. Like, the setup is very long. I have to download many things. First of all, pip, then Python and all. Then what I think about GitHub is that it has a very simple login process. With like make the docs, we need technical knowledge. Like some of the technical knowledge, we need to know markdown. But if you don't even know markdown in GitHub, in Gitbook, you can use like non-technical users will have less difficulties with this. And collaboration, we need external tool in make the docs, but in GitHub it is already built in. And in version control, we have to make a separate GitHub repository in make the docs, but it is seamless with GitHub, as GitHub is part of Gitbook is part of GitHub only. So yeah, we don't need extra things for that. And it also shows analytics, which is not part of make the docs. Like, it's a built-in hidden feature, like how is the website doing, how many people are visiting the website, all the analytics, how it is doing on the SEO of that SEO of Google search, something like that. So how is it performing? Then I will introduce the AI tool that I thought of, that is whimsical, that I'm going forward with. Then the other one is like Bobby, I have one question. Should I put this slide in the, like, after I've done all the talking about this about Eat India, like if our team can visit to that place, or should I keep it in the very last of the slides, like in the presentation?
Yeah, I think it should go down in the final recommendations.
Yeah. So
And just a suggestion on that one side, it's great work how you're doing the comparison, but just if you could animate it so that each point comes in one at a time.
like
So put
like
highlights.
questions and all.
See, this is why I don't like Google Drives. I can't work. Yeah, but so that, like, when you're talking about setup, when you're talking about make the docs,
Yes.
for setup, that piece will slide in, and then you do another click, and then the Get Books piece slides in, and then you click another thing and says end ease of use. Click again, and then you speak to required technical knowledge with make the docs, and then click again. But it's easier for non-technical users to use Get Books. So as you're building the slide visually, the learner is building the content in their head. So if they see this slide complete, they're not going to be able to process it as well as if they feel they were a part of building it with you.
Okay. So like kind of just a second. Something like if I click on it, it appears like this, right?
Yeah. So like when you're talking about setup, the only thing on the screen at that point would be the word setup. And then you click once and say, here's what make the docs has to do with setup. And here's Get Books. And you click and those things come in. And then you click again, and then ease of use comes in. And then the 2 points for that will come in when you click. So that as you're talking about the points, they're showing up, because that's when the learner is going to read them when you're talking about them.
Okay, so yeah, this is easy. This is done, I guess.
Yeah,
Only
perfect.
thing we have to do is
My only suggestion, and everything was great. The content looked great.
okay. Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. This is great work.
So yeah, this is what I had in mind, and I will update this thing, and I'm doing some work on it. Like how should I present it front of the TOC? Like how can I say what Eat India is, and how Eat Global is setting up this thing, this event in India, so that if they can find this more, like meaningful to them.
Yeah, no. At the end, we have the AI or the overall recommendations, and this will be a slide in and of itself that you can speak to when we get to the recommendations about how important this is for us to attend.
Yeah. Okay.
That's great. So I'm going to share my screen again and just continue with the presentation. So that was great. So your slides will be here. And again, Arunima, I'll share this with you for you to take what's missing from yours and make it one.
Yeah.
For the
And
control.
just one point, maybe, Tripur, because I don't think not everyone on the TOC will be aware of what Eat India is. So maybe, you can just start with 2 lines introduction about it, so that no one is lost.
Yeah, I'm going to start with that only, and I will also tell what Eat Global is. Then I will come to Eat India, because Eat Global do events, and even like Eat, they happen in France also. So like it keeps on happening in different countries. So yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so then we'll have community templates. And who was doing community templates? Kajal, right? So this would be where you would start to speak, and this is the slides I have for you with your demo. Is that correct? Okay.
I want Bobby that please you review these, because I've added what community template is for and what will I be working on, and I was also like thinking to work on the like in previous meet, you introduced me about the dashboard maintainer and the other documentation dashboard screen. So you have added those screens in the last. So
Yeah,
like
they're on the recommendation screens.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
So
can speak
like
to that. You can definitely present the dashboards when we do the recommendations at the end. Whatever work you've
okay,
done, absolutely present, because you saw what I did was just an idea, not a presentable idea.
yes.
So, but for the templates, are these the slides you need? And are you going to do a demo here?
Yes, I will be doing the demo on Jamboard, which is a Figma AI tool, which would definitely help us in creating templates and all designs. So,
Okay, so you're gonna work with Arunima on these, finishing up these slides, because the only thing that I see is
okay,
that it should never have a first person in here, and I just, yeah, this right here. I will provide an in-depth overview.
okay, okay, okay,
That shouldn't be in there. That you should just say, here is an in-depth
mm,
overview.
okay, okay, noted.
Okay, so you're okay with that, Arunima, working with Kajal to get that section done? I'm sure she said yes. Okay, so now we have the best practice badges. Now this has kind of fallen through the cracks. Oh good, she said yes. But I am actually, I don't know if I will be able to attend. They have them on Fridays, but I noticed today, let me see if I can get it up here. I noticed today, let's see, did that work? Oh yeah, it did. Oh good. I noticed today, come on, open up. I'm sorry, my computer is so slow. Yeah, we know you're not responding. We figured that out already. Come on. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm trying to get to the community calendar to show you that there is a meeting at 12 o'clock this afternoon, my time, which is very late for you guys, I'm sure. And I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on with my computer right now, but anyway, oh, here we go. If you go to the community calendar, which I'm going to get there by going here. This is a waste of your time and I apologize for this. I just started it, so I have to finish it. So today at noon, the best practice people are meeting, and I'm either going to listen to that conversation or hopefully one of us can get in on this, because we need to find out what their best practices are, because we have to figure out what kind of tokens we're going to give them. And again, we don't have to figure this out by Thursday, but this is our proposal, is to tokenize best practices. So it says, it's right here, the best practice badging and life cycle task forces meeting. And I believe that that would be a very good meeting for some of us to attend, just so that we get the idea of what this should be. Has anybody done any work on best practice badging? No. Okay. So if anybody can
I
attend the
don't
meeting,
think so.
yeah, if you can listen to the recording of that meeting or try to attend in an hour and a half, that would be great. I'll see if I can do it. And because right now I don't believe there's anything in this section other than too much information. This is good stuff, but nobody's going to read all this, so we'll have to after today's meeting figure out what that's going to say. User guides, I kind of took the forward motion on this one. So I kind of feel, and I was looking at this presentation last night, and I kind of felt that these first three, oh shoot, I keep doing that. These first three are a lot of meat, meaning there's actual substance to them, where the best practices badging and the user guide and the onboarding is more ethereal. It's more vaporware. In other words, best practice badges, the community will survive if the best practice badges doesn't exist. Whereas if you don't have the correct GitHub template, your project's not surviving. So these are kind of meaty and these are kind of vaporware. But that said, so everything needs user guides. It's not like there's a separate section. So I know that Kajal and I were on the same page when we were talking about this the last time, that the dashboard is, we want a space, and I'll show you the space in a minute, where anyone in the community can go and make documentation. So they're there, the templates are there, the graphics are there, the hints on what has to be said in each section are there. And so that the documentation can be made pretty easy. So with that said, for user guides, I haven't worked on this yet and I'm going to, but I want to show the Learn Worlds demo, and I'm working on how to do that, where we possibly could take the checklist that I create for Gianluca's section for incubation, take those points in that checklist and dump it in here and show how it can easily make great user guides and documentation. Or I'm not really sure where I'm going with that, but I do want that dashboard for building, creating documentation, or whatever. I have to think about that. And Arunam, if you have any ideas on this one, that would be great too. And then onboarding, I really think I looked at the website as it stands right now, and they have 3 tabs for people coming into the community. They have contributors, they have users, and they have large businesses. So if you want to be a Hyperledger Foundation member, they didn't have anything for maintainers, which I thought, which I thought was weird, because the maintainers are a lot of the internal working of the projects. So I have 4, the website has 3. What I intend to do next is places to land and show the metaverse, but that's later. But the places to land. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a section for, and again, I'm not doing the work, I'm just going to show it. I'm going to have a YouTube button. I'm going to have the web page, landing page, just pictures of this stuff to show where we come in, where members can come in. And I'm going to do all the new websites, all the new things. I'll spend some time doing this just to show that the places where they land, and recommend that learn button, instead of it being click here for templates, click here for videos, click here, that learn button is tied to your username. And if you're a maintainer, if you identify yourself in the community as a maintainer, you're going to get the maintainer screens instead. So I'm working on that. If anybody, and I know Kasha was helping with this, but she's so busy with her own mentorship that we really haven't touched base with her. So if anybody else wants to jump on this, let me know. If not, I'll try to get this done by when we meet again this time Wednesday, just to run through the thing again. And this was just an email that I was using as a placeholder to remind me the YouTube channel exists. Okay, so now here's where we're going to talk about the trends in AI enterprise documentation. And the first big trend I want to talk about is Gianluca's FAQ thing. So here, Gianluca, would be if you have any slides or the demo.
Yes, yes, I provided, I think, 10 slides. How can I share you?
Absolutely. Let me stop and you can certainly jump on. Hold on just a sec. There you go.
Okay. Okay, this is the title, but if you want to integrate those slides in your presentation, I'm happy, so you can change title and also content without problem. The slide, sorry.
I said it looks good.
Yeah, it's open source because my challenge is to find and to build an AI tool open source, which I prefer Apache 2 license, but also other open source could be good, and proof of concept because just to have a first example of this AI tool for demonstration that it could works. And so this is the goal, the implementation of a proof of concept like ChatGPT, when we can ask question and it try to reply to our question. I studied the transformer technology, and those are the main application in natural language processing, text classification. An example is the sentiment analysis of user reviews. So the review of user, this text classification is able to give us the sentiment if the user like, dislike, is angry, bad, sad, and so on. Another application could be the text translation. And another one, the text generation, for example, from a sentence to a paragraph. Writing a sentence, the system create a paragraph. Or the contrary, the text summarization. We write a paragraph, and the system give us a short sentence. And the last one, the question answering, is that we are interested in, and also in the combination of previous application. So this is the model I downloaded and I started from Hugging Face, which is an open source platform where are lot of tons of open source models applied of various topic. This one, XLMR, is based on BERT, which is well-known model applied on natural language processing. It contains 560 million parameters, and we know there are few parameters compared to ChatGPT, which has billions, 100 billions of parameters. But to start could be good, and I trained this system on my laptop, which is a standard, a common laptop. And Hugging Face model consists of two components. One is the body, which is pre-trained. In that case, pre-trained using that well-known dataset, Stanford question answering dataset, which give to the system the ability of understand the language and also question answering schema. And the second one component is the head, which I fine-tuned using Hyperledger data. It's important to add our context to the system. So this is Quad, is the dataset I already talked about, is in JSON format and contains 100,000 question answering sampling in English article from Wikipedia. And this technique to train, to take a pre-trained system and fine-tuning that system to add our context is also called transfer learning. An example to give you a sense of the difference between fine-tuning and training a model. Fine-tuning is like taking your car to the mechanic and getting new spark plugs, whereas training or pre-training is like getting a whole new engine. So it's like a trick to save time using pre-trained system and add context information to the system. So the fine-tuning, I manually starting fine-tuning the system using, for example, introduction, web page, or FAQ existing page of Hyperledger. And this is the architecture of the system. The system consists of a pipeline with two main components. One is the retriever, which give has tons of unstructured documents, and find 3 or 4 more relevant documents, and give that document to the reader. The reader is the model, which already talked about, is the XLM model, and that model extract the answer from the text and give the answer to the user. So the technique is the extractive QA. This is the technology. Elasticsearch, the retriever. iStack is the for the pipeline, and this, XLM is the model. For a short demo, I can use in my laptop. This is a Python script which it'll ask me something about Hyperledger documentation. So we can start from the two. This is the two documents that I manually used for fine-tuning the system. For example, if we ask what is the blockchain to the system, this warning is because I'm not using certification security, and the answer is the business logic of a blockchain application, and also it give us a snippet of test where is where he take the answer, or for example taking another question about
I have a question, Gianluca.
Yeah.
Can you ask the people on the TOC to give you a question?
Oh, yes, yeah. We sure they can ask a question to the system. It's important to specify that I'm training at the moment the
Yes.
system, and now I'm build just two documents. The system. It's important if we have tons of documents where the system can find. But in these 2 or 3 days, I can improve the system, adding other documents, and they, for example, they can read a paragraph here, also asking about Bitcoin, and the system, for
Like,
example,
for instance,
about
can I ask a question like,
yeah,
what
sure.
version of Docker do I need to install Fabric?
I don't know if there is in some documents, but we can check and see the answer. And also, he give us the snippet of text where he extract the answer.
This is so cool. This is so cool.
Okay, on the router.
Hey, 1.6.
Answer yeah, 6. I don't know if is correct, and this whatever came. I think it was version 6, since I cannot access to the router anymore. I don't know, because it contains also tons of documents on Wikipedia. It could be
Just
wrong.
the fact that they tried and gave you an answer is so impressive.
Yeah, we can ask all question. Just we're not sure for the answer, but can ask all kind
Well,
of questions.
if you offer it, if during the TOC presentation and you say, does anybody have a question, and no one asks one, I'll ask that one.
Which kind of question? No, no problem. One could be if we see, for example, here it talk about Bitcoin. We can, I think it can give us good answer about Bitcoin. I don't know what is Bitcoin because cryptocurrency. And this is the text snippet, and most of the recognized application of blockchain is the Bitcoin cryptocurrency. So it could be a good question. And if we want a larger text for the answer, we can use a big model. For example, I'm talking about the improvement in the next slide. So I also can propose another model which more parameters to have a larger answer, like ChatGPT or similar ChatGPT.
This is awesome work. Thank you so much.
Other question, if you want to, if you are curious, want to check now before to go ahead, or also other ladies.
Support Kajal Arunima, no questions for Gianluca's FAQ thing?
I have one that what is Hyperledger Fabric, if that it can answer.
Try. We try, and I think something it's
It'll answer
we can have,
something.
yeah, the most active of Hyperledger project, and this is the snippet. Hyperledger Fabric is the most active of Hyperledger project. This is the answer from this system.
Okay, that fully
I
gives
think.
the snippet as well from ValidBot.
Sorry, can you repeat?
I mean, it's really cool. It gives the snippet also, like from where it gathered the information.
Yeah. He give us the snippet because it at the moment this technique extract the answer from the text, okay, from documents. It
Okay.
give us the snippet, and also we can use this snippet if we don't know the documents. We can use a FAQ system asking question, and when it give us the snippet, we can use the snippet to find all the whole paragraph from existing documents, for example. So we have that
Got it.
documentation. We can avoid to read documentation, use the system to ask question. When the system give us the snippet and the answer, we can use the snippet to find the answer into the documentation. It could be an improvement. Okay, I can go ahead if you agree.
That is, yeah, no, we're gonna definitely put that in the slides. Arunima will figure out how to version control us, right? That's like throwing
Yeah.
onion.
Boy,
Yeah.
please, like, can you just share the link to the slide so that, we
Yeah,
can make
yeah,
the
yeah,
text right there.
sure.
And I'll do
Sure.
the same for this slide, the other show. So I'm going to share my screen. Are you done, Gianluca? That was great. by the way.
Just to finish 1 minute,
Oh, okay.
future improvements are, this is the current technology. XML, two documents, Elasticsearch, extractive CPU of my local laptop. For the future, GPT for all with 6 billions of parameters compared to 560 millions, hundreds of documents. FICE is another technique for the retriever, and this is important, the generative technique instead of extractive, because it can also use other terms. It can extract the answer and use other terms instead of the existing one. And for conclusion, using also GPU, for example, on Google Colab or on a server with the GPU available. And this is the last slide for to present this the outcome of the project. I'm available to write a white paper with formulas, technology, technical details, and so on. Write also an article for a blog like Medium or also the Hyperledger blog. Post something on LinkedIn. Post all the source code on a GitHub repository, and create also a documentation for requirement, installation, user usage, license, and so on. And finally, if the Hyperledger team agree, we can also share our model on Hugging Face.
Very nice.
Okay, I finished, and also
And Arunima, that's going to be up to you where you want to put that, because one of the recommendations coming up on the slide that show that I have has a section for the a new task force for generative AI solutions for Hyperledger, where I think that last slide might speak to that more, to what the task force needs to accomplish. But again, that's up to you to figure out how to present that. I'm just going to move on to the rest of it real quick. So so that was this section for Gianluca stuff. Now, if anybody else has anything they want to demo AI wise outside of the bucket that you were assigned to do, like Gianluca did with the FAQs, let me know and we'll put it right here. If not, I'm going to say, you know, we want AI in the user guides because these points are how you create a educational foundation for a company or an enterprise. If all of these things are done consistently, you will have a kick-ass library. And then this slide is just a placeholder to see if, actually, I'll just get that out of there. And then the final recommendations will have to have this page made into something better. But one of my demos that I would like to do is, so we have the checklist and the tokens, which is, again, I know, Kajal, did you say that you had worked on this is the documentation builder piece, and then there's going to be the dashboard piece. So do you have any insights to this, or what? Nope. Okay, so I will work on these because we do want, so this was created documentation. Oh crap, sorry, I'm jumping all over. Yeah, I'm looking at all these recommendations. So the library for the metaverse, let me just show you that to get it over with. So this will be a demo that I will do for the library for the metaverse. So this is the minute. Hold on, let me just get outside so you can see what I'm doing. Here's the exit. Okay, so this is the metaverse. I'll do a demo of, I'll have it fixed up. So you come into, this is Hyperledger's library. I want it to be a living library. Oh, good. Kajal said she's working on these and she's having some network issues. So just hook up with Arunima, Kajal, on the dashboards for either the community documentation builder or the specific persona dashboards. But this is the metaverse. So you're going to come in. This is open to everyone. Creating an avatar is easy. You just click appearance and you can make yourself an avatar. This is what mine looks like. I'm going to take a selfie of myself. So when you guys, and I encourage you to go to agoravr.world. I'll put it in the chat. Hold on. Now I am working on getting this on a website, so you don't have to download a little code. Oh wait, Hyperledger Foundation Library. That's the code. So if you go to agoravr.world and download a few lines of code to get this metaverse working, open it up, it's going to ask you for a room code. The one I'm working on for our presentation Thursday is Hyperledger Foundation Library. If you want to see my regular metaverse, it's open all the time. That's just LAH, Ledger Academy Hub. Feel free to wander around either one, but this Hyperledger Foundation Library is the one that we're going to be using. And again, what I did was I put the projects, the DLs, and everything that we offer on the big sign. I'm going to redo these because they look like crap. Put better graphics up here about what's going on in the community. This one didn't, the size is too big, so it's not playing right like it does on the website. So I have to fix that. And then when you come in on this side is going to be contributors looking to get involved as a contributor. And along this wall will be ways to do that. On this side is, end users. I'm going to show here the special interest groups, how to write, where the user, the user guide dashboards or hub is. And then the maintainers here, I'm going to have labs, the lab checklists, the GitHub repository links, everything they need to know to do a lab. And then I'll have here incubation, graduated, maintenance, and then I'll have all kinds of project lifecycle information in here. We'll do the this will be the classroom for the dashboard for the user guide builder. So whatever we use for the user guide builder will be in here. And then maintainers, I guess, will have their own section up here where they'll talk about things that are important to licensing. Maybe this will be the best practice badging section where you get your badges for everything. And I'll make this really nice with graphics and stuff so we can show it off at the presentation. So that's going to be the part that I'm demoing. So that's this library for the metaverse.
It looks really amazing, Bobby. Like even I want to work on this, and it really looks so mesmerizing. Like how can we learn this technology and work on this?
Oh, so simple. So Agora World is, I worked there for 3 months a year and a half ago so that I could learn about the metaverse. So when you download Agora World, it's a free app and you can build your free metaverses and invite people to them for free. You just can't like name them special things and stuff. So when you come in, you'll be on this, it'll ask you for a room code. Let me start from the beginning. Oh, I want to leave room. Sorry. You'll come in. This will be the screen that you'll have. And unless you want, like I have a subscription, so I can have 3 titled worlds and I can invite over 100 people to them. I think with the free version, you can have 3 worlds, but you can't title them and you can only have 10 people at the same time. So it's a great deal if you want to start playing. So the join the metaverse would just be to walk around someone's metaverse. To create a metaverse, I'll show you. And then my experiences are the places that I've gone. One of the best things I ever did was the Philly Tech Week, which I could show you that metaverse. We did a digital twin of the city of Philadelphia. And we had the entire week of the seminars in the metaverse, because the physical locations were all dispersed over the city of Philadelphia, that we'd meet in the metaverse in the morning, go physically to our seminars, our webinar, whatever we were doing, and then meet back in the metaverse in the evening to discuss the events. It was very cool. But like, for instance, I'll show you my experiences. Oh wait, I know which one's really cool. If you have a little time after the thing, this is the best. Oh, NFT art, I think it is. So I had a fundraiser for Ukraine when the war broke out, in the metaverse for artists. And all the different NFT artists gave me their stuff. One gentleman was about to introduce his collection, meaning he was about to mint and, you know, put his folders with all his different attributes together and create for raising money for dogs in dog sanctuaries, was his fundraiser for this NFT collection he was releasing. And he like was giving away free NFTs to the folks that were there, and he showed how to build a collection. And then I get a little lecture because I did enter the NFT world, and I just managed to keep getting my NFTs stolen out of my wallet. So I speak to security because I don't know how to do this right. And this is taking so long to download because of all the generative AI artwork in it. The other metaverses load real super fast. And if it takes any more time, I'm going to just bag out of it. Yeah, I'm just going to go back. That one takes too long. So like my experiences, we'll just go into LAH just to show you. Now I'm curious to see if you can join any of them. Come on. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, forget that. We don't have time. So create. So when you download this, you'll have this exact same screen and you'll hit create. Now, what I do is I do it from a PowerPoint. I'm so lazy. I'll take PowerPoint first. So these are the different templates, and I always use this one, the Delaware Valley one. And you select it. But for easy, if you want to do an easy one, just pick the Agora Art Gallery, because it just has 42 slots. So with the free version, you can't change these codes. You can name your experience, but you can't change the code. But you can go in and fill in your custom slots, and it's just like a web page or PowerPoint. It is so easy. So what I do is I open a PowerPoint presentation and I pick a theme, and whatever that theme is I picked in PowerPoint, that's the color scheme I go with for the entire designing of the metaverse world. So if I want to stick a picture somewhere, I'm going to go to slot 32. I'm going to add an image. You don't only have to add an image, you can add a video, and the video will play in that placeholder as well. Description, if you add a description, when you hover over it, it will show the description, and you can link to a URL or a YouTube video if you have it on video. It's looking for a video or a web link if you want to go out to a website. It's a very powerful tool. And you just hit save and publish. And they're trying to make it so you can edit the templates and create your own templates. They're not there yet. This piece is bothering me because for some reason it's not letting me join any of these experiences, which is very bizarre. Well, you saw how you joined. That's what I'm going to show Thursday. Is I'm going to work on that metaverse space so that all the stuff from our presentation is on there, and it'll kind of look like our presentation for consistency. And again, I'll give you my logins if anybody wants to play with the metaverse, or you could just download this free software and play with it yourself. Right now it has a bug because it's not letting me join. So let me see if I can join from here. No, we're over time anyway. So that's the idea for the metaverse. That was one of my Zoom. That was one of my recommendations for the presentation. Let me get to the other ones. So I saw Kajal said something she was doing with the checklist tokens and dashboards, which is great. We have the language learning model from Gianluca. AI task force. Oh yeah, so the final recommendations that I'm going to do, and I don't know how we want to do a slide for this, Arunima, but I think we need, out of this task force, the documentation task force, we need two task force. We need an AI task force to work on the recommendations of Gianluca and anybody else's recommendations when they show their AI tools, as well as a metaverse task force. I think that the library should be a metaverse. I don't think it should be on the wiki page. I don't think it should be on the YouTube page. I think it should be in a metaverse where all those things are accessible. If anybody disagrees with me, let me know now. And then again, we'll do something, we'll meet again Wednesday morning. We'll use the same link that we used today on the calendar, same time, to run it over one more time before we give it on Thursday morning. I will work on.
Sorry, just a question. You say the same link of for the meeting of today.
Yep. I'll show
Okay,
you.
at the same time.
So if you go to Monday, October 16th, and you see this onboarding, so I'm on the wiki page, calendar of public meetings. It's a daily scroll of all the meetings that are happening. So if you go to next Monday and grab this link on Wednesday at 9 o'clock and use this link, I'll just put it right now in the chat. Same time as today. Here's a link for Wednesday at 9 o'clock where we're just going to run through the presentation, start to finish in its completion. And Arunima, if you need to meet with me anytime, just drop me a LinkedIn note. I'm going to share this presentation right now in Google Drives, and I'll drop a link in the chat. Probably. And then if you want to work on it, Arunima, I'll give it to you to fine tune, and I'll just work on the metaverse, and then we'll see where we meet on either if you want to meet tomorrow or Wednesday. Sound good?
Yeah, it sounds good. Anytime works for me, like both Tuesday, tomorrow, and Wednesday.
Okay, so well, let's see where we okay, so I want to do new. Oh, I gotta close it. Can't do it if it's open. Okay, so it's saved, it's closed. So now I need to home.
So on Wednesday, Bobby, I have a question. We have to join with this link that you have given in the chat box.
Yeah, it's also on the calendar of public meetings. It's the same link you used today.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay, let me see. Replace existing. Okay, so here's a link to the presentation. That's the Zoom link. That didn't work. Oh, I went too fast. Link copied. There you go. Okay, so there's the presentation. It stands right now. I'm not going to touch it again, Arunima. I'm going to leave it up to you till we meet the next time to see where we stand. I'll work on the metaverse.
Okay,
Yeah.
B2, I shared my. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Just to say,
I have
shared my
saved
link.
your ones as well.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. I will add them to the current presentation.
And you're going to get
Thank
rid of
you.
the extra screens for the GitHub template because we're only going to use the incubation one.
Okay, okay.
Yep. And then
Okay.
everything else is, I'm going to try to attend the meeting in 2 hours for the onboarding or the best practices and onboarding. We just need a screenshot of all of the places people can onboard: the YouTube channel, the wiki page, the GitHub, the website, and I'm forgetting the Discord. So if you can grab those, Arunima, if not, I'll try to do it on Tuesday.
Maybe you can do it on Tuesday. Like at that time I have an interview today, so it won't be possible for me to join today. Maybe I can join tomorrow.
No, not join. I'm just saying grab the information, do the screenshots for the presentation.
Okay, okay.
So let me show you. I'll just see if I can get to the page. So the only thing that we need, or the things that need to be fixed, other than the version control, is this page. Come on, computer, don't fail me now. Come on, thank you. This is the wrong presentation. We need the presentation that says TOC. I uploaded the wrong one. Let me upload the right one for you, or Google Drive. So confused right now. I'll send you an email, Aruna. I'm not going to hold anybody. We're already 10 after. With the presentation.
Yeah, sure. Or you can send me on LinkedIn as well.
Yeah, because it should say
Yeah,
TOC in the title, and this one does not. So let me figure out where it is. I'll
sure.
upload it and I'll send you a link. And reach out to me on LinkedIn if you have any questions on the slides before we meet on Wednesday. Okay?
Sure, Bobby.
And if anybody else has any questions? Nope. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye, Bobby.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
And
you
guys,
too.
thank you for this work. It's been a pleasure working with you and doing this. It's really, you guys are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You
Thank you
also,
so much,
Bobby,
Bobby.
you made that metaverse thing so amazing. It's so cool, right? I haven't seen anything like this yet. So yeah,
I
thank you for
think she
introducing.
has left.
Okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
think she left. Yeah, so bye everyone. See you the next day on Wednesday.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Aruna.